Hello this afternoon. This is your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range with my next installment on, hey, let's shoot some different ammos and see how they work. Let's talk about this for a minute. Winchester has come out with a new commemorative, throwback, whatever it is, box for bulk 22s in the Winchester Super X. So typically I find within the industry, when the packaging changes, the loading changes. Okay. Winchester had Dynamark 20 Magnums. They quit making the Dynamark packaging. They started making the universal packaging, and the loading changed a little bit. They shot differently in rifles that I had zeroed in. So with that going along, and also I was down at my dad's house the other day and found a half a case in the garage, half a case of these good old-fashioned lead Federal Lightnings. Now, Federal hasn't packaged in the Lightning box since the early 1980s. Okay, so that means these guys are 85, 95, 2005, 2015. That these guys are 46 years old, maybe 40 years old. Man, they were sitting on the concrete, but the garage was dry. They were sitting under a workbench in concrete, under a pile of stuff. I brought them home, loaded a bunch of them up into BX-25 magazines, which are apparently YouTube compliant. They're 25 round, not 30. And then they've come across with the Polymer CCI, which I think the bullet in the poly-coated CCI is actually California compliant zinc. So anyway, I thought it's Christmas Eve, and we're going to be busy for the next week until after New Year's. So I thought, yeah, let's get over here and shoot a little bit and see how it goes. So I brought the old 1022 out. The old 1022 limited edition. Well, actually, it was the 1022 in the 30 caliber carbine configuration, and I put it, in the Butler Creek. So I thought, hey, let's go over and shoot them a little bit. So we're going to try out the new Winchester Super X in the new packaging, and some Federal Lightnings, and some I've lost my train of thought, and some 45-year-old Federal Lightnings. All right, with that in mind, here we go. I don't think I'm going to need the ear plugger mufflers with this on, but I'll put them up there anyway. Let's see how these guys shootify. Let's see how they shootify. Got the thing on off safe. I'll put it up here on the old block of fire and see how it shoots. Let's try the little rabbit. Apparently the new Winchester Super X doesn't want to feed that well. Are you kidding me? Alright, top of the mag's always a little tighter. Well, once the gun gets used to them, apparently they work pretty good. I'm just killing that thing. Let's see if I can get the spinner going. Almost. Come on. Go over. All right, that was when we did the new Winchester Super X. Let's try the 45-year-old Lightnings and see how they go. Okay. Spinner again. See if I can get it over this time. Almost. There it goes. You got to hit it just right. When it's up, comes back, and then it goes back. When it's right down at the bottom, that's when you have to hit it again to get it going again. It's almost impossible to do that one with a 22 long rifle. Tank plate. Your boy. Alright, let's try some of the new polymer coated CCIs. You know, I keep doing these on 22s because it seems like they're changing the 22 ammunition all the time. You know, and oh, finger get tired after a while. I'd shoot pistols after a while, so oh yeah, you notice that big nonsense on my face? Y'all keep seeing them skin cancers on my face? Well, I finally went and got them cut off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I just ain't gonna go. I just don't wanna go. Oh, I see my dilemma here. Let's try that. Shoot that out of the pistol. Well, it's pretty beat up. I don't know. We might make it shoot out of the revolver. Watch it go. All right, let's try a little bitty target. Oh, little bitty Mickey Mouse. The little Mickey Mouse. What seems to be the issue? What is your boggle? Seems to be the issue here. There's no reason why that wouldn't want to come out of there. Just like it digs into the end of the magazine. Stuff works pretty good in the pistol. Just don't want to come out of there. Well, I've never seen that before. That's kind of a new one. Nope, not rim locked on the other one. Part to come out of there. Come on. I've never seen a beat in my life. seen one do that. Yeah. The bullet wants to dig in on the feed lip. It may be too soft. Boy, it's awful soft. I'm whittling on it with this knife, and it's awfully soft. Definitely not zinc. Oh, that one in there. That bullet may have been made when the alloy wasn't right. You know, that may be the problem. And there we go again. Yep, same thing. Bullet digging into the end. What I'm doing here is I'm taking a spent 22 and using it as a bullet guide to allow me to get that one out of there. And it's dug in right there on the end of the case. The bullet has a nice taper to it. Oh. The next one did the same thing. In this gun, the polymers don't seem to be much punking. I mean, they shoot right. But they don't seem to be feeding just right. Not in this gun. Alright. Let's try the Winchester Super X again. Let's see if I can hit the little right over the top of the tires. Well, they say 22 rifle's not much of a weapon, but here's the thing. There's a bad guy target down there at 25 yards. Heard a bad guy target down there at 25 yards, and he's just singing. Rats, I guess I'm out. Alright, let's do that again. Let's see how fast I can get it on the old trigger milk. See if I can get fast and get it going on the old trigger milk. Oh, I knocked that one off. I knocked it off the hook. You know. The newer 1022s don't do this well. The newer 1022s, the action gets out of index when you try and do that. And it gets to where it's hammered down on a round-in battery. You know, it's not, it doesn't milk well. It's not Betsy, it don't milk well. See if I can burn the rabbit up. And now we're out. Whew. Yeah, we're going through them today. What's that? Let's see how the polymers feed out of the pre-94 Ruger Ramline magazine. It's still running after all these years. Oops. Boy, he looks happy, doesn't he? By God, here's the deal. This video ought to be about this magazine. I bought this at Paducah Shooter Supply when I went to work at Eddyville in September of 1994. That's when I bought this. And this has been a real good magazine. This is manufactured by Ramline out in Colorado, which is now out of business. It was I think they were a subsidiary of the Blunt Group, which owns CCI and Coors Beer and 2 or 3 more things. And the 94 pseudo assault weapons ban put them out of business. And they made all kinds of stuff. I mean, they made mag loaders for 10, 22 mags, and that worked really well. I wore out 2 of them before you couldn't get them anymore. They made polymer replacement stocks for most common hunting rifles, bolt actions and automatics. And, you know, they were just a really good company. And Bill Clinton put them out of business. And his nonsense. All right, we're down to polymer now. So we've established that out of the 1022, the polymer ammunition is not very reliable. Out of the 1022, or at least this one, the polymer ammunition is not very reliable. You know, seem to have a problem with it. That guy going battery? Oh, maybe it did. I don't know. Oh, maybe it didn't. Oh, no, it didn't. So, you know, yep, the polymer ammunition in the 1022 is not very reliable. So, with that having been said, I guess that's about the video. That's about what we wanted to prove or disprove for 3 minutes. Like, take, share, commentate, and subscribe. Leave me an old $1 in the Patreon bucket if you're on the way out the door, and if you don't want to, I'll keep right on making content for you. People in the mainstream media are constantly yelling that so-and-so and such is destroying our democracy. Guess what? America is not governed by democracy. No, it ain't. America is governed by a representative republic. Remember the Pledge of Allegiance? And to the republic for which it stands. The only share we have with democracy is we elect our representatives to represent us in the seat of power. That's where democracy ends. The rest of it is representative republic. In a republic, the individual has inalienable rights. In a democracy, the mob votes whether or not the individual is allowed to have any rights. We are a representative republic. God bless everyone, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye now. Here we are back. I took all the 1022 magazines that were loaded with those polymer rounds, those new polymers from CCI, and reloaded them into Mark II magazines. Well, let's see if they shoot. let's see if they work in Mark II. Here's standard model Mark II 6-inch. Let's give them a try. Well, it went in battery. Okay, here we go. I love this old gun. I shot it to doll rags over the years. And I've got all these magazines wore out that don't lock back. I got like 20 of these magazines. That's why I never went to a Mark III, is because I got so many of these magazines. Well, it seems to work pretty good in the Ruger automatic pistol, or at least this style. Let's see if I can get the spinner going. I can hit it. I just almost. Almost. I'm going to make a bigger spinner, 45s, because when you hit this little spinner with a 45 or a 357, it spins so hard you think it's going to fly away. Apparently the polymer will work through this magazine and this gun design. So at least it'll work through something. Now this is the polymer. We did the previous video on the polymer ammunition that came in a, looked like a peanut butter jar. This polymer ammunition, and it worked perfectly. It worked perfectly in a 1022. Worked perfectly in a BX magazine. But this stuff came in a half-pint milk carton. 200 rounds in a half-pint milk carton. All right. Works in that. Let's try the other one. Let's try one of the other ones. Yes, there's more than one of these in my safe. I like this pistol design. I always have ever since I was a teenager. Little steel rabbit down there getting a hand cramp. You get old. You get old. Yeah. Got the old thumb release on this one. And I just found another one of these. It's taken me 20 years to find another thumb release like this. This is a Wilson Combat thumb release, and one of them walked in the store down in Somerset the other day, and Eddie Ray bought it for me for Christmas. You know, it's funny, the first time I ever bought a Ruger standard model, I bought a 6-inch. And at the time, I had a Smith & Wesson Model 41. I guess I was about 19 years old. I had a Smith & Wesson 41. And I got rid of the Smith & Wesson 41 because I like these better. I got one at the house that I bought in 1976. And I just shot it to death. And it still shoots good. Let's try something else. We wore all the paint off that one. paint wore off that one. All right, two more. That was 200 rounds of that stuff. I had 4 BX-25, or 100 rounds. I had 4 BX-25 magazines loaded with it, left over. One more. So we know that the new polymer works in something. Yeah. Yeah, baby. All right, then, there's a little addendum to the CCI polymer in the new packaging, which doesn't seem to work in 1022s, but it will work in something. All right, then. Like, take, share, commentate, and subscribe. We'll see y'all.